The consciousness and the cosmos, a path to one's own inner cosmos.
In assistance of the more profound understanding of the current planetary transition.
The consciousness and the cosmos.
Radio program of Uksim.
Planetary Service Centre. Hello dear listeners, my name is Jez. We will be hosting the program. Today we continue with 20 questions regarding cosmic reality and our participation in the evolutionary plan for our humanity. The following question is: what is the old and what is new in the instruction?
De un modo simple y directo podemos decir que lo viejo en la instrucción es lo que ofreció la conciencia cósmica del planeta en el ciclo anterior hasta 1988.
In a simple and direct way, we can say that the old in the instruction is what was offered by the cosmic consciousness of the planet in the previous cycle until 1988. The old were protected, stimulated and fed by the masculine polarity. The new is what the planetary consciousness offers from 1988 onwards, the feminine polarity, the introspective. Those beings who are still identified with the offering of spiritual, philosophical instruction until 1988 have not been able to update themselves yet. So the old is outdated and the new is what the cosmic consciousness under this feminine polarity has been offering. That implies much more than the old and the new in categorical terms. The old is related to the law of karma, which transcends the chakras and goes into hyperfunction. The new is related to the law of cycles and the modification of the planet's energy circuit and our own human circuit.
What is the law of karma?
La ley evolutiva cósmica se subdivide en tres leyes. La superior se llama ley de equilibrio, la intermedia se llama ley evolutiva superior o ley de ciclos, y la básica, la primaria, se llama ley del karma material, más conocida como ley de karma.
The cosmic evolutive law is subdivided into three laws. The superior one is called the law of equilibrium. The intermediate one is called the superior evolutive law, or the law of cycles. And the basic, the primary one, is called the law of material karma, also known as the law of karma. When the consciousness is born, when it makes its primordium at the evolutionary level, the only law that receives it is the law of karma. It is the only law that can offer us guarantees and safe condition, because the other laws will receive us when we have already gone through the karmic experiences of being able to go to certain times of junctures without destroying us as consciousness at an evolutionary level.
Entonces, la ley de karma es la única que nos garantiza cualquier tipo de experiencia sin llegar a la autodestrucción. Por eso es la primera ley en acogernos.
The law of karma, it is the only one that guarantees us any kind of experience without causing self-destruction, which is why it is the first law to embrace us. Then, from there, we go through the mineral kingdom, the vegetable kingdom, the animal kingdom, and then we arrive at the human kingdom. And when we arrive at the human kingdom, we are given possibilities of a certain type, which is learning to choose. The learning of choice is the basic foundation of the law of karma.
What are hierarchies?
Las jerarquías son conciencias que están alineadas y sirven de herramienta a la ley cósmica evolutiva para asistir, para atender, para conducir, ¿sí? Para limitar cuando es necesario.
The hierarchies are consciousnesses that are aligned and serve as a tool for the cosmic evolutionary law to assist, attend, conduct, and limit, when necessary, all the universal cosmic processes. The hierarchies are consciousnesses that transcend the attraction to matter, transcend the karmic evolutionary stage, and out of that attraction to matter, freed from the identification with matter, attend the universes in all levels and dimensions.
Se dice que todos los seres formamos parte de la jerarquía, con una diferencia. Hay seres que están a nivel pasivo, participando de la jerarquía, quiere decir, no están despiertos.
It is said that we all beings are part of the hierarchy, with a difference. There are beings who are at a passive level participating of the hierarchy, meaning that they are not spiritually awakened, and beings who are already active members of the hierarchy, which are those who are awakened internally and who have also transcended the law of karma. So in this stage of planetary transition, one of the fundamental things that we beings have to do is to define our condition in relation to the assistance, the symphony, and the hierarchical alignment. To define our relationship with the hierarchy is to define our relationship with the evolutionary plan.
What is the evolution of consciousness?
La evolución de la conciencia es el proceso expansivo, ¿sí? Y en etapas que el ser va viviendo en función de responder a la atracción de un imán cósmico.
Daniel Gagliardo says, the evolution of consciousness is the expansive process and in stages that the being lives in function of responding to the attraction of cosmic magnets. That is the process by which he seeks to expand and to grow. The evolution of consciousness occurs under different laws: the law of karma, the high evolutionary law, the law of cycles, and the law of equilibrium. But it is always a function of the displacement of the expansion of consciousness from one level to another. This process takes place with the framework of what are called cosmic initiations, which are planetary, solar, galactic, intergalactic, and upwards towards the superior. So the evolution of consciousness is the search that the consciousness, with or without foundation, with or without reason, with or without consciousness precisely, not consciously or consciously, is making with respect to the superior, with respect to the paradigms, to the archetypes that are evolutionary foreseen that it seeks to reach.
What is the soul?
El alma es nuestro núcleo de conciencia más cercano a las leyes materiales. Por el contrario, ¿sí?, en contraparte, la mónada o el espíritu están en un nivel más elevado. El alma es la herramienta.
The soul is our nucleus of consciousness, the closest to material laws. On the counterpart, the monada, or spirit, is at a higher level. The soul is the tool that the spirit, as the cosmic nucleus, uses to guide, to conduct the experience of the ego and the personality and matter in the three dimension. The soul has two stages. In one, when it is immature, it is polarized, it is concentrated, that is, it remains in what is called higher mental. When it grows, when it expands its evolution, it moves towards the immediately higher level, which is the intuitive.
Entonces, el alma es una herramienta planetaria, no es cósmica. Hay personas que piensan que el alma va de planeta en planeta. Lo que realmente hace ese transcurso cósmico es la mónada, de la cual, sí, el alma es una herramienta.
There we have the soul, the consciousness, direct on the supramental life. There we have the awakened soul. So the soul is a planetary tool. It is not cosmic. There are people who think that the soul goes from planet to planet. What really makes this cosmic passage the monada, of which the soul is a tool.
What is the ego?
El ego es una extensión energética que tiene su base en el alma. El alma se expresa a través del ego para poder ingresar sus energías, sumergir sus energías en el campo tridimensional.
The ego is an energetic expansion that has its base in the soul. The soul expresses itself through the ego to be able to submerge its energies in the three-dimensional field, in the karmic field, that is, in a psychophysical field of reality. The soul is vibrationally incompatible with the psychophysical field. The soul cannot enter the mental field, the emotional or astral field, or the physical field directly. So it uses a tool, an instrument provided by the planetary law, which is the ego. The ego is what can be called the reincarnating energy.
el alma no es quien reencarna, el espíritu aún menos. Entonces el ego es una herramienta reencarnante. Cuando el ego reencarna se le ofrece un campo tridimensional para aprender a dominar la materia en esa etapa y en ese planeta.
The soul is not the one who reincarnates, the spirit even less. That is to say, the ego is a reincarnatory tool. When the ego reincarnates, it is offered a three-dimensional field to learn to master matter at that stage and on that planet. The three-dimensional field is precise mind, emotion or astrality, and etheric physical body.
What is personality? In the old knowledge of the previous cycle, it was very common to confuse ego and personality, when in reality the ego receives vehicles to immerse itself in matter. The set of those three vehicles is what is known as personality. The personality has an upper counterpart, which is mental, an immediate counterpart, which is astral or emotional, and the lower counterpart, which is what is called the etheric physical body. The personality is an entity offered to the ego in each incarnation with the evolutionary conditions the ego requires for that incarnation, for the personality is never the same in each incarnation. In contrast, the ego is the same with the evolutionary resultants, which is what we are referring to as the evolutive summation from incarnation to incarnation. Then the personality simply is the portion of planetary life with which the ego has to rehearse the mastery of material laws, so that the soul can then absorb that mastery and add it to its evolutionary experience.
What is the planetary transition?
La transición planetaria es un ciclo muy particular del cual participan dos leyes. Está contenido entre dos leyes esta transición. La ley de karma, que está entrando en hipofunción, está entrando en retirada desde 1988.
The planetary transition, says Daniel Gagliardo, is a very particular cycle in which two laws participate. This transition is contained between two laws. The law of karma, which is going into hyperfunction since 1988, and the event of the higher evolutionary law, or also called law of cycles. In this context, what we call transition is a field where the old is in hyperfunction, deactivating, and the new is emerging and being integrated. What is love?
El amor es una de las vertientes cósmicas de la energía. La energía se desglosa en rayos, se desglosa en distintos matices. El amor es lo que se conoce como el segundo rayo cósmico, amor sabiduría, energía crística. Entonces, los seres aquí en el planeta tenemos una confusión muy grande con este tema del amor, porque egoístamente el amor está raptado.
Love, says Daniel Gagliardo, is one of the cosmic aspects of energy. Energy is broken into rays, into different shades. Love is what is known as the second cosmic ray, love, wisdom, and Christ's energy. We beings here on the planet have a great deal of confusion with this subject of love, because selfish love, under the conditions of this civilization, is sequestered by our emotional bodies. So when a person is asked what love is, the first thing he or she says is, it is a feeling. So we do not understand what love is, because our emotional immaturity makes us know love very poorly, and that somehow we are totally convinced that this involvement, this rapture emotions make, its true love. Love is the energy of cohesion, the highest energy of cohesion that exists, that is to say, of union. He who deeply knows love liberates, does not abduct.
Desde este contexto puntual de no entender muy bien qué es el amor, tampoco entendimos muy bien por qué algunos instructores de este planeta fueron gradualmente íconos, símbolos, dadores de amor, cada uno con la energía que le correspondía.
More on what is love. So, from this punctual context of not understanding very well what love is, we also did not understand very well why some instructors of this planet were gradually icons, love-giving symbols, each one with the energy that corresponded to him. There we have Zoroaster, Krishna, Buddha, and closer we have Jesus. Each and every one of them was a tool of love, wisdom, of the second ray, Christic energy. Precisely, the instructor Jesus said a phrase that is lapidary in relation to what we understand as love. It is a very simple phrase, but we have to assume it at some point. Love one another as I have loved you. That should lead us to reflection. He did not say to us, how well you love each other. You are on the right path of love. He is saying, as I have loved you, not how you love each other. Then we should really ask ourselves if all the concepts of love that we have are valid. A being like Jesus did not discriminate at the moment of loving, while we discriminate because we only believe that we have to love our friends, our children, our family, and something else, with which the ego has to rehearse the mastery of material laws, so that the soul can then absorb that mastery and add it to its evolutionary experience.